Hello everyone, and in this tutorial we're going to see how we can use Python to read a specific file in the same directory where the Python file is located. So if you want to read or make some text in the file by using Python, you need to create a new file in the same directory where the Python file is. So you create a new file over there, and then you can ask Python to read that file or to execute some text in that file. So Python can read the file, Python can execute, Python can also add, modify the file by just running a command. So this is how we're gonna do. We can just came here, we create a file. This is our Python file here. We come in this same directory where our practice.py. We know that Python file is end with the py extension. So we're going to create a file that is not that we did not have that py extension. That's a file, not a Python file. So just a simple file. So the extension can be that txt, like to just specify that is a file, simple file like this. Just call it, for example, student dot test, like this, and then I create this file in the same directory where the Python file is located. So now in this file I can declare some code. So the code, what is the code? The code is just the word that you put in the file. That's the simple code. So the code, some people think like code is something like, they have some code who are very difficult, but the code is everything that is inside your file and that you use a Python or other programming language to execute those code that you create in your file. So if in this test, in this file, this new file, student test, I input some comment inside, I can decide to, for example, I can say, and I can decide to just let's show that how we open the file. So to open a file, for example, you can just use the open word like this. If you want to open this file, we just open it on the Python file. So if you want Python file to open this file, you just come here, use open, and then give the name of the file to Python. So like student here, that test, you see Python already recognized because it's the same directory like him. So you just click over there, and then you can give like this, comma, and then you come here and you put errors. Just ask Python just to read the file. So if you, this is how we open. So you ask Python to open the file and just read. If you want Python to open the file and then this one come right here, ask Python to open the file, maybe write or modify is just put W, like W is to write. So we have read, write, execute. You can also use append. Append is just a, you can ask Python to append in the file. Append is just adding something in the file. That's what you use. So let's take a real key example. I came in this room. I can call this, in this test file, I call it student and major. It says student and major. I come student one. I can call right here, maybe pursue. And then I give it major, lawyer, and major. You can give major, student and major. Okay, keep it lawyer, major, medicine or doctor, medicine. Here on I can do it right here. IT like this. So these are some word that I wrote in my file. So if I want Python to read, to just read this file, so I just need to come here and declare in the file. So I just come here in Python like this. I declare my variable student. I come here, I call it variable student file, for example. I say Python that student file equal, because I want to open the file. I said open, and then I give name student. What's this? I don't need you right here. Yeah, student. Oh, yeah, double quote. That was neat. Yeah, student does this, so I declare the variable with the value that I want to open this one. Like this. And then I just want to read this file, so I just put L right here. And then each time that you want to read a file or write something or add something in the file, you need to close the file. So you just need to come here and then close the file. Student. And to close the file, you just need to use that close like this with this sign like this. So now if I add Python to print this file right here, it's going to print all the student with the major down here. So I can ask Python to print the file. So I just say print what's the name of the file, student, my variable, so student that file, and then I put that read, because I need the read that I put right here on top. So I just want to read student and file that read, just right here, and then I open this double quote like this. So I can, if I run it, Python going to print all the word inside. There's something wrong, so I need to fix. Print student that file that read. Value error operation on close file. So my closing file is not normal. Student underscore that close. But right here it shows is there's no mistake right here. Print student that file that read. Operation on close it file. Close file that print student underscore file. Value error. So there is something running here. Same way. So I need to change that. Student underscore file open. Yes, I deploy this. and then give the read permission. Maybe this one need to be too close. Right here, comma. Okay, right. Student file that close. Here it is close. And then print. Okay. I think this should be. Let's see. And then come here. If I close this, I think the position, okay, the position wasn't right, so I see what's saying. The position wasn't right, so I need to declare my variable and then before closing the file the last time, so I just missed the position of that. So you declare your variable with the value, you ask Python to print these files, to read inside its file. So you read, you print all student with the major right here. So if I open this file right here, you see these are those students with all the major. That's why I asked Python to print it for me. It prints student and the major right here. So after you declare your variable with the value, and then you just need to close the file. So you just need to close the file. So if you want to read just a individual line, for example, if you want to read just this line right here, student and major, you just come to Python, just come right here, you change this one by read line. Come just right here, just come by read line. So just one line. If you just want to read one line, student that read line. If I run it, you see Python just print the first line. The first line on this file is just this comment that I put, the comment that I put student and major. So Python print this. Python print student and major. But don't confuse, this comment that I put in the file is different to the comment that I was putting in Python file. So don't confuse this comment. This comment belongs to the file, not to the Python. If I were putting this pound sign in Python, Python would not print this. Let's see, if I put the pound sign here, Python is not going to print to recognize, you see, nothing, because I put the pound sign, because I comment it. So if I uncomment it, Python is going to print this one. So don't confuse this comment that I put right here on this file to the comment that I put in Python's file. So this comment right here, I'm just asking Python to print everything in this file, even if they have a comment inside, Python print it. So if I come here, I want Python to just print, for example, line number. You can ask Python to print line number. You can decide Python to print maybe line number 1 like this by using the index. Python going to print the same way 0 line number 2 S. So this one, your Python uses the index right here. Python uses the index. Or what is the index? We come here, he print S. Where does the Python take S? S is this one. So that 0, he consider the pound sign, and then S is this one. S on student. That's what Python consider right here. So if I go back here, I change this by line. I put S in this line, so meaning all lines. So I put now the index 1, all lines. So Python going to print just the first line, pressing all line. So it print this line for me, this line, the first student with a major. So if I come back here, I change the index to 2, it's going to print another one. We print Android. So Android is it. And this one, if I change to 4, it's going to be the same position. So this is how we use index and read line in Python to ask Python to read a file that you declare in the same directory where the Python file is. So if you don't create this file in the same directory where the Python file is, it's not going to work. So you have to be in the same directory, and then in the Python file you declare your variable and the value, and then by asking Python to what you want Python to do. So right here I say to Python, I want to open the file, just read the file. So read the file, I just have a read permission. And you can also modify, not modify, you cannot modify, you can add. Yeah, I think add is also modified, but by adding something you modify, by removing something you also modify, but you cannot write. I think you don't have permission to write inside the file, because you have read, write, and execute in the file and directory. So you can also host this. So on the next tutorial we're going to see how we can host Python to count the number of words in the file that we create. So we're going to create a file like this with multiple words inside, and then ask Python to count the number of words that exist in this file. So thank you for watching this video, and see you on the next tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the video for the next one. Thank you.